In this video, I'm going to show you why Google's NotebookLM is the AI tool that I'm most excited about right now. I think this specific tool and this type of tool is going to be an absolute game changer for the way that we think and learn, and it can have a massive impact on everything from work and online business to education, and in particular education, because NotebookLM is specifically designed to help you analyze and learn and remember information from specific sources. And basically, you can upload documents, and the LM stands for language model, much like large language model, which is what tools like ChatGPT and Google Gemini run on. And effectively, each time that you create a NotebookLM, you're kind of creating a small language model. And I'm not sure exactly how the main brain of the LM works. It seems like it has access to the internet and it's capable of doing research. However, it doesn't have massive amounts of information in its primary knowledge base to draw on like a large language model. Instead, it only uses the sources that you give it as its primary knowledge base. And so that's why it's so powerful for analyzing and learning things. And it has some really cool features, some of which are still being actively developed. And I think some of them are only available if you have a professional Google Workspace account, but it is available on a free Google account as well. So we're going to take a quick look at the free version on my personal account, and then we'll switch over to my professional Google Workspace account, and we'll take a look at some of my favorite features and some of the NotebookLMs that I've created and what I'm using them for. By the way, I'm Alex, digital marketer with Lover Fighter Writer. And if you want to learn more about online business, digital marketing, and AI software, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to stay in touch, you can use the first link in the description of this video or in the pinned comment to visit my landing page and sign up for free access to my personal list of AI prompts. They're primarily for business and marketing purposes, but it's a live Google Sheets spreadsheet, which I update regularly, and you can copy it, you can download it, and you can bookmark the live version so that you always have access to the newest prompts. All right, let's dig into Google's NotebookLM. If you're signed in with a personal Google account, which is like a free Gmail account, then you can go to google.com or to any other page that has this Google selection menu up here. And if you click on this and scroll all the way down to the bottom, then you should find NotebookLM right here. I don't know for sure if this is available to all free users, but I am on my free personal account. And so if you're on a free Google account, you should be able to find this here as well. You can also just go to notebooklm.google.com while signed into Google, and you should see a page like this. And if not, you would just need to sign in when you get here. And so you see I can create a new notebook. I don't have any on here because I built them all on my Google Workspace account, but there are some featured notebooks down here, and I can create my own. So let's just take a look at some more featured notebooks. Oh, William Shakespeare, The Complete Plays. That's pretty cool. So this is actually a really good way to just quickly show you how the NotebookLM works. Over here in the left column, we have the sources. So you can see that these are all of Shakespeare's plays, each uploaded in a separate file, and I can uncheck them if I don't want it to be referenced. So for example, if I wanted to focus on learning one play, I could just uncheck all of the other resources and leave only that play checked. And I can also add or delete sources over here. And I'll just shrink down that menu for now. Then in the middle, we have the chat, and this works very similarly to Google Gemini or ChatGPT. Basically, you can interact with the LM via the chat feature. It suggests questions you might want to ask here as well. So in terms of the way that you interact with it, it's fairly similar to ChatGPT or Gemini AI, but the way that it responds is a little bit different. For one thing, it very often will take its time thinking because it's not just drawing from historical knowledge. It's going to actually actively research in the sources and find the right answer. And so depending on what you ask and how many sources you have, it might take a while to think. And it also tends to be very verbose in its outputs unless you tell it not to be. So most of its outputs are going to be very long and include a lot of details, different types of information breakdowns. And I'll do a quick example here so we can see what happens. I asked it, who are the 10 most evil villains in all of Shakespeare's plays? And like I mentioned, it probably is going to think for a while. So we'll go over to the right-hand column while it thinks. And since this is a shared notebook, there's a pinned note here about how to get the most out of this particular book. There's an audio overview that has already been generated. And this column is going to look a little bit different and a little bit more interesting when we're in my Google Workspace account, because then we'll be looking at notebook LMs that I created that I can edit. So this side looks a little bit different, but you can see we've got a few different study guides. We have a few different audio overviews, and this actually generates really good audio overviews. And I'm not sure if it's available in here or not, but when I'm in my professional account, I can actually have an active conversation with the AI audio. It's pretty crazy. All right, that actually didn't take very long. And so it's given me a list of 10 of the villainous characters in Macbeth with justifications for why they belong in this top 10 list. And just before we switch over to the Google Workspace version, let's have a listen to this audio overview. So this is an audio overview for Hamlet.
You know, for over 400 years, one play has pretty much defined the very idea of tragedy. It's a ghost story, it's a detective story, and it's a bloody tale of revenge that has absolutely captivated the world. So what is it about a 400-year-old story about a Danish prince that feels so immediate, so modern? Today, we're going to dive into the masterpiece that is William Shakespeare's Hamlet. All right, so picture this. We're on the freezing wind.
So that's just a quick peek at that. And I think that this entire video was actually generated by NotebookLM because there is a generate video overview option as well. And one of the other things that you can generate in NotebookLM Studio is a mind map, and someone's created one here. So let's take a look at this. You can see we've got Shakespearean themes and characters, and then they've broken it down by theme. So we have love and relationships, morality and virtue, power and ambition. And I didn't know I was going to do that, so it automatically prompted the chat when I clicked on one of those themes. Maybe that's something that they've built into this. And take a look at revenge. There's lots of that in Shakespeare. And we have examples of that, Hamlet's duty and Shylock's desire. So very interesting stuff. And now that you have an idea of what it looks like and how it works, let's look at some of the use cases that I've been implementing. All right, we're here in what I call the Lover Fighter Writer marketing machine. It's one of the first LMs that I made, and it currently has 17 sources, which are all PDF ebooks, which I either purchased or in some cases, some of them were lead magnets, and a couple of them I wrote myself. And I still need to refine the selection a little bit and probably add a few more. But so far, it has been a really good brainstorming and strategy tool because it's drawing on resources that favor the same strategies that I favor. But there are 17 different books, probably from at least 15 different authors. And so it brings in a lot more perspective and insight than I can have at any one time. And since it does take a little bit to think, I did a quick example already. Let's blow this up a little bit. All right, so I said, I'm a chiropractor, but due to injury, I can't serve clients in person. How can I start making money online from home, preferably using my existing business and expertise? So this is just a thought experiment. I'm not a chiropractor, and thankfully I'm not that injured, but I wanted to do a specific example instead of just generically asking it how to make money online or something. And it gave a really good answer that walked me through basically the entire process of starting an online business. And it actually took it in two different directions, one of which was finding ways to provide wellness services similar to in-person chiropractic services in a completely digital online capacity. And the other was a business-to-business angle, which basically involved mentoring or coaching or providing services for other chiropractors. And so that's a good idea, but I wanted it to focus on the business to consumer aspect. I wanted it to focus on how a chiropractor could turn their existing knowledge and expertise into digital products. So my next prompt was, I would like to focus on serving customers instead of pivoting to B2B. Can I get a focused 30-day plan for getting my online business profitable? And it gave me pretty much exactly that. And pretty much what it recommended was focusing on specific pain points, in this case, literally, that people might have, such as like back pain in a particular location. People who work certain types of jobs tend to have common types of back pain, especially if they're approximately the same height. And so there's certain types of back pain that are very common depending on what a lot of people in your area do for work. And so a really easy one would be to create a suite of digital products, which could include courses, communities, online coaching and consulting, all that type of stuff, focused around helping people who work in offices or work from home maintain good posture and health and wellness and everything. And so that's kind of what it came up with, and it recommended a organic social media approach, which I think if I asked it to work on something other than that, then it could have come up with something else as well. But it did have a pretty good strategy. It wasn't just saying like post content on social media. It said create a group, join other groups, interact in the groups in order to draw people to your page, do regular live streams. It had a pretty solid 3-dimensional approach to social media marketing. And of course, it was also recommending building a lead generation funnel and a sales funnel and drawing people off of social media into your world. And to take a look at the differences in the right column, I can generate an AI overview by clicking here, but I already did that. I can also generate a video overview right here, generate a mind map by clicking on that, and you can generate a number of different types of reports. And then with the audio overview, I can click on this little thing right here, interactive mode, and then I would actually be able to have a conversation with it. And I figured we could take a quick look at another of the LMs that I made. I really like this one, even though it's quite simple. I called it Brainwork, and its sources are 3 ebooks. One is on neuroplasticity, one is on cognitive behavioral therapy, and one is on emotional intelligence. And every time that the LM outputs something, you can click on Save to Note, and it'll save it over here on the right side. So for example, one note that I have saved here is a 15-minute protocol for improving focus and memory. And it is really, really good. These are things that I have had to actively work on at some times in my life, and this would be very helpful. And this is another note that I created on hacking your psychology for creating new habits and behaviors that actually last and become natural feeling. And it's got pretty much all the things that you can realistically do, very clearly laid out. And all of these little numbers and things here are citations to specific parts of the sources. And let's see if we can get the interactive podcast to work here.
Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your sources and unearth the most fascinating nuggets of knowledge.
That's what we do.
Today we're embarking on a... Oh, wait. Someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Hey, this seems like a difficult thing to approach. Is there one thing that I could do in 5 minutes every morning that would help move me in this direction?
That is such a great question.
Yeah, that's really practical.
And it speaks to the core of what we're talking about today.
Right. How do we make this actionable?
Well, one simple 5-minute practice you could try
Just to get started.
is a form of somatic requieting.
Okay, unpack that a little.
It's about bringing yourself into the present moment.
Being present.
Many techniques, especially mindfulness, involve this.
Ah, like meditation.
Exactly. Even just concentrating on your breath.
Just focusing on your breath for 5 minutes.
Yes, or doing a 3-minute body scan.
So, really simple, right?
The idea is to reduce the stress response.
And build focus.
Yeah. It helps build those skills in concentration and non-judgment.
So it's like...
All right, that might have sounded a little bit theoretical or woo-woo or whatever you want to call it, but everything that they just said is correct. But anyways, that is NotebookLM. I actually am in the referral program for Google Workspace. So if you don't already have a professional Google Workspace account and you're interested in getting one, I'll put the link to my website's resources page in the description. You'll find my Google Workspace referral link there, as well as links to a bunch of other really helpful resources for online business. I hope you found this video helpful. Please like, subscribe, share it with anyone who might find it useful, and leave me a comment if you have any questions. I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.